And welcome to another episode of Guitar Solutions Live. Well, I guess it's not live because I'm shooting this as a video, but anyway, I got to work on the name. So we're here today. I've decided I'm going to do a series of videos, well, 3 videos, on my guitars because I'm using some pretty non-standard equipment, and I kind of want to talk about the equipment that I'm using and why I chose the equipment that I chose, the pickup configurations, neck profiles, etc., so that when I do other reviews and shootouts, you, the watcher, have a better understanding of exactly what equipment I'm using and kind of why it sounds the way that it does. Now, I'd like to apologize for having to set the camera this low. I realized that steer that walked into PetSmart has nothing on me. But I also wanted you to be able to see the instruments so that you could have an appreciation for not only their tonal characteristics, but also their physical beauty. Now, I spent quite a bit of time sort of thinking about how I wanted to do this, and then I got busy, and then I got a cat. So that's why it's been so long that this has been in the inception stage before I could get a video to you, but now I'm hoping to get videos out a little bit more regularly. So, we're going to start kind of at the beginning with the first guitar I ever built. So I have it here. This is Misato. This is a Stratocaster that I built from Fender licensed parts. It's got a Warmoth neck, just some alder body that I bought off of eBay that's been routed for 3 single coils. It's got a 90s American standard Fender Stratocaster bridge on it, and no trim cover because Eric Clapton didn't have one, so I opted not to go with one. Though after seeing the way that it looks on my Purple Rain guitar, I'm beginning to rethink that decision a little bit, but for now, no back plate. So I want to go over some of the features of this guitar and really talk about why I chose the pickup configuration that I did, why I chose the neck configuration that I did, and just, generally give you a good idea of the clean and dirty sounds of this guitar. Now, in the description, I am going to put a list of the equipment that I'm using both to capture the sound, but also a list of the pedals that are on my board. Just so, again, you can have an idea of where some of the sound is coming from. Now, I happen to think that I've done quite a good job of capturing some classic Stratocaster tones, as well as kind of, making my own unique beast. So let's dig in. Again, as I said, this is an Olympic white alder body that I got off of eBay. I don't really know who made it, where it came from, but it served me well. The neck I did buy from Warmoth. Now, at the time that I purchased this neck, I didn't really have a lot of money, so I selected as many of the plus $0 options as I could, but I wanted to try some stuff. The neck is a vintage modern profile with a compound radius neck. And what that means on the fretboard is that at the top here at the nut, the radius is 10 inches. And down here at the 15th fret, the radius is 16.5 inches. Or is it 16? Anyway, this gives a flatter neck profile, which I like because it actually allows me to drop the action on this Stratocaster to the floor while still maintaining the vintage appearance of the Stratocaster to go along with this tortoiseshell pickguard. And actually the color scheme for the body and the pickguard were inspired by Yoshihaki Manabe of the Pillows Fender Mustang. So that's why I chose the configuration I did. Now, I went with the reverse headstock, mostly because I wanted, I guess, kind of to create some cognitive dissonance when I went on stage and when people first saw me bring the guitar out on stage. It is a right-handed body with the upside-down headstock. And at the time, I kind of thought people might think about what they were looking at. It might distract some attention away from my face. Generally, I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about the headstock configuration, and if you look here, I've got a custom decal here with the Misato name and also with the Nerve logo that from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I used a nitrocellulose satin finish on the neck. It wasn't finished when I bought it. I instead went to the local woodworking shop, found a nitrocellulose satin finish, and applied several coats to the neck of the guitar. I actually quite like the way that it feels. The tuning machines are actually Ping tuning machines. I've heard a lot of bad stuff over the years about Ping tuning machines, but I gotta say, honestly, these have been great. Very, very little in terms of tuning stability problems with this guitar. Now, the pickups. In the neck and middle positions, I have Fender Tex-Mex pickups. And the reason why I selected these was because at the time, I wanted that Stevie Ray sound, and it's still a sound that I really like. And when I was looking it up online, I found out that actually Stevie Ray Vaughan never used the Fender Texas Specials. In fact, later research I found suggested that he still had the pickups from his 1960 Strat in his Stratocasters, but these you can actually find the Tex-Mex on the Jimmy Vaughan Strats. And I found through listening on YouTube that actually the Tex-Mex pickups had a lot closer to that Stevie Ray Vaughan sound than the Texas Specials did. So I opted for the Tex-Mex over the Texas Specials. Now, when I initially installed the pickups, I went with all three, the neck, middle, and bridge, being the Texas Specials, or not the Texas, the Tex-Mex. But I found that the bridge pickup was really kind of weak and didn't have the output I needed to properly drive my Proco Rat, which I still have, by the way. So I went and did some searching online, and went to some forums, and somebody actually suggested that if I wanted to maintain the Strat sound, if I wanted something in a single coil size, that I should try a lace sensor. So I went and found the hottest output single coil sounding lace sensor I could get my hands on, which was the Lace Sensor Hot Gold, which is what is featured here in the bridge. So that's enough talking about the guitar. We're going to do some tones now. We're going to start on the bridge pickup, and we're going to do it clean. We're going to do it dirty. And I might run through a couple of my different drive pedals. We'll see. So here it is clean. So, nice, stratty, barky, single coil sound there in the bridge. Clean, no drama from the hum that would normally be associated with a bridge single coil. So, now we're going to add the Fulltone. And as you can hear there, plenty of horsepower on that bridge pickup to really drive an overdrive pedal and the amp tubes. So now I'm going to bring it up to the second position, and we're going to get some clean tones. And the OCD. Okay. So now we move to the middle position, and when I wired this up, I should just like to point out that I actually wired the tone control only to the bridge and neck pickups, not the middle pickup. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted, you know, that Stevie Ray tone. And Stevie Ray played on the middle pickup a lot and played on the neck pickup a lot. And so with this guitar, what I wanted was to have the middle pickup, rather than my bridge pickup, be the pickup that I used to cut through a mix. So I didn't wire the tone control to the middle, I wired it to the bridge instead. goes CD. And now we move on to the fourth position, which is engaging the middle and neck pickups. Most famously well, I guess not that recently, but in more recent memory, that position used by John Mayer on the song Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. So yeah, plenty of spank in that channel as well. Some really now let's give it the beans. And finally, we get to the neck position. And the dirt. Okay, so that's a pretty brief rundown on just some of the, I guess, the more basic tones on this guitar. I actually get a lot more tones than that out of my pedal board. For example, I do have a Russian Big Muff. I have some modulation and delay effects as well. I've also got a compressor, which I'm not currently using. and I can wah. So there you have it, the Misato Stratocaster. I look forward to doing 2 more of these on my Anduril Telecaster and my Purple Rain Prince Tribute Stratocaster. But until then, stay groovy.